Welcome to Bōde's Calgary real estate market update for December 2022. This video is going to quickly show you what's happening in the Calgary property market at a high level, and then I'm going to show you where you can find out all of the same market dynamic information for your specific neighborhood and property type. So let's dive in. First of all, we're going to take a look at the number of new listings to come to market each month for the last 4 or 5 years. So this is looking at the city of Calgary and all residential listings. So the bright pink line shows you what's happened in 2022. So at the start of the year, there was lots of new listings. And then as the year went on, it kind of fell back towards normal levels. And now in the most recent month of November, number of new listings were down 14% versus the average of the last 4 years. And then if we look on the right-hand side at sales, again, sales were incredibly strong at the start of the year, setting new records each month. But they've started to come back down similar to 2021 levels, and now they've dropped below 2021 levels. But they're still up compared to the average of the last 4 years. So in November, up 12% versus the average of the last 4 years. So not quite as good as last year, but still fairly strong sales. Now, obviously, interest rate increases have been a big cause of what's dampened demand in recent months, but there's still a huge amount of net migration into Calgary, so that's also adding to demand. So demand in Calgary is still relatively very strong compared to other cities across Canada. So then if we take a look at overall supply, so here you can see that the total number of homes available for sale on the left-hand side has been very low throughout 2022. And in the most recent month, November, at the end of the month, there's 42% fewer homes for sale than there would typically be in the last 4 years for the end of November. So that means there's fewer homes for sale, buyers have fewer options. Meanwhile, if you're selling a home, you've got less competition. So a good thing for sellers and more challenging for buyers. Then on the right-hand side of the slide, you can see the number of months of supply. So this shows you, given how many homes are currently for sale and given how fast homes are selling, how long would it take to sell through all of the available homes? And again, the bright pink line shows you what's been happening in 2022, and again at the start of the year, some of the lowest levels of months of supply that have ever been seen in Calgary. It started to tick up, but it's in the most recent 2 months on its way back down again. So months of supply 52% lower than it would typically be for this time of year in the last 4 years. And at the same time, what that means is it's actually quite a good time to be selling a home because demand's still quite strong, and again, you don't have a lot of competition. So it's a good time to be selling a home, but you really need to be priced right in the current market because prices are falling month over month, which you can see here in this slide. So this slide shows you what's happened with Calgary property prices for the last 17 years. And you can see since 2020, prices have been going up quite steadily, but in the last few months, they've started to come down. And so month over month, prices have been going down for a number of months now. The most recent month, prices were down 0.7%, but they're still up over this time last year. So still up 8.6% versus this time last year. So not all of the gains have been wiped off by any means. Prices are still pretty healthy in Calgary, again, especially compared to other Canadian cities. So if you're a seller, what this means is you've got to be really sharp with your pricing. You can't hope to achieve the same prices that were being achieved several months ago. Likewise, if you're a buyer, this is really important information to take into account when you're making offers. So that's giving you really a quick overview of what's happening in the overall market. But if you want to take a look at what's happening in your specific neighborhood and what's happening at your price band or for your property type, you can find all of that information on our website, bode.ca. So we've got 3 tools for you there for you to check out. The first one's called Market Data, and this is where you can see all of the same supply and demand dynamics that we looked at here for Calgary overall, but you can look at those dynamics for your specific neighborhood and property type. So have a look at that on Market Data. The second tool is called Sold Data. So this is where you can look up the sold price of any home that's sold in Alberta over the last 12 years. So if it's sold on MLS, the sold price will be available for free on our website. So if you see a sold sign go up in your neighborhood and you want to find out what it sold for, head on over to Sold Data. Finally, if you want to get a really good feel for what your home's worth in today's market, check out our comparables tool. Here's what you could enter a few bits of information about your home, and we'll show you the most comparable recently sold listings as well as the most comparable active listings. So you can get a really good feel for what your home's worth in today's market. So check all of that out at bode.ca, and if you want to see more of these videos in the future, make sure to subscribe. Any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Thanks very much.